Post-fight video for Kell Brook versus Carson Jones 2, the rematch. As with the two rematches before this one, talking about Jonathan Banks, Seth Mitchell 2, and Price and Thompson, quite similar, going a similar pattern, and this fight seemed it was going to go in a similar pattern as well. First of all, congratulations to Kell Brook. I expected Jones to stop Kell Brook based on the fact that he was going to put more pressure on Kell early and be able to force a stoppage. Very significantly, from early on in the fight, Carson Jones did not look the same fighter. He looked shocking. He did take some good shots in the fight, but he just didn't seem the same fighter. He seemed, I don't know, not as sharp as he normally is. His work on the inside wasn't as good as it usually is. And I personally don't think Kell Brook looked any better in this fight than he did the last fight. I think that Jones looked worse. And when I made the prediction for Jones to stop Brook, it was based on the Jones that fought the last time, who I thought looked tighter, put his punches together better, looked sharper. This Carson Jones that came out and fought, I don't know what happened. I don't know what his preparations were like before the fight, but he looked like the guy that was ring rusty. And Kell Brook looked the same old Kell Brook to me. Still doesn't seem to look good against the guy who puts pressure on him. He got the victory in the end by stopping Carson Jones, but I really didn't think that was Carson Jones had taken big shots previously and didn't go, and he went down on his own accord. And he's an experienced fighter. There's 2 rounds to go in the fight. It was the 8th round, and yeah, his head went back, but I didn't think personally it was a stoppage, a worthwhile stoppage. But there you go. Everyone looks at things differently. If you're in the eyes of someone like Eddie Hearn, or in Brookside, you'll be like, glad, let's get this Carson Jones guy out of the way, and you're quite happy the fight is stopped. From Carson Jones' point of view, I think he was in the fight. I thought. I mean, Jim Watt was saying that he hadn't won a round. Okay, he won a round, and Brook looked physically stronger in there, and obviously the weight did make a difference, but Carson Jones' defense looked shocking. He had the defense of an amateur. He wasn't slipping punches the same way. I don't know if it was the time difference, but how can it be that? Because he's actually fought in the country before. He fought Carson Jones. He fought Kell Brook beforehand. And he fought Dean Bryan as well. So I don't know. So this fight really was about what Carson Jones didn't do as opposed to what Kell Brook did, or Kell Brook was allowed to do. I don't know. I'm not convinced about Kell Brook. And Eddie Hearn is going to make an announcement on Monday for Kell Brook's next fight, a big fight announcement. I am praying. I really am praying it's not Julio Diaz. I really am praying it's not Julio Diaz. Yeah, he gave Khan a decent fight, but I think Khan's shot personally. I don't think Khan's got anything else to offer at world level. And I think that Garcia fight, the knockout that Garcia, or stoppage against Danny Garcia has, I don't know, just Khan doesn't seem the same fighter since the Garcia fight. And his punch resistance, I don't think it's that great. But anyway, somebody could say it's never been that great, but then, if he's a big, light welterweight, moving up to welterweight, and he's still getting hurt by a guy who's fighting a lightweight moving up to light welter, I don't know. I don't know. For me, the verdict's still out on Kell Brook. Carson Jones wasn't a world beater, but I thought Carson Jones had enough based on the first fight to beat Kell Brook, because I thought he was the right sort of style. He was still catching Brook with the right hand over the top of the jab. I don't think Kell Brook's improved technically. I still think he's got stamina issues. And I don't know, Sky will tell you he fought brilliant, fantastic. But for me, Kell Brook got the win. But again, it was more about what Carson Jones didn't do. He looked, as I said, he looked shocking. So let me know what you guys think. When I make these predictions, it's based on seeing a guy fight at his best, and Carson Jones didn't do that, which is a shame, because it would have made it a very interesting fight then. Do you think it was the weight that made a difference? Do you think it was Carson Jones coming to the country a little later this time round? Do you think it was his preparations? Or do you just think he shot? Too many wars, too many fights? Or was it just the fact that Kell Brook looked fantastic? Let me know what you think. I'm out.